Hello everyone, I welcome you once again to my YouTube channel, Tasha Jacinta Exclusive, and I thank you for each and everything that you do. Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you for supporting me right away from last year. Yeah, I would say last year. Thank you for supporting me, you guys. Thank you for watching my videos, sharing them. Thank you for supporting me in each and every kind of way that you do. And in today's video, I want us to talk about mental health. And if we talk about mental health, just know we shall also talk about mental illness. Because we cannot only talk about mental health and leave out mental illness. And I'm just glad to inform you that the main topic of discussion in this video today will be about mental illness. And before I do that, I would like to call upon each and every one of you that hasn't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, Tasha Jacinta Exclusive, that kindly do that. Just don't delay, because you may end out missing a lot from me. So, in the first place, I would like to discuss or to tell you about the definition of mental health. I know some of you know it, but just for those that may not be knowing what mental health means. Mental health is defined by World Health Organization as a state of well-being in which the individual realizes his or her own abilities. It is whereby one can cope up with the normal stresses of life. They can work productively and fruitfully, and is able to make a contribution to his or her own community. That is mental health. In mental health, someone will be able to realize their ability. Baba bategeera nti kino nkisobola, kino sikisobola. Whereby in mental illness, someone will not know that. So mental illness is defined as healthy conditions involving changes in emotions, thinking or behavior, or a combination of the two. It may be that illness where your emotions change, your thinking change, and each and everything associated to that. And it is associated with distress or problems functioning in social work or family activities, okay? And mental illness is so common. It is so common these days, and you may find that in 5 adults, one will be suffering from a mental health. In about 1 in 5 adults has a related mental illness in a given year. And I want to tell you that some of the examples of mental health disorders or mental illness, they include depression. Okay, it may be anxiety, it may be addictive behaviors. And when I talk about addictive behaviors, I hope you guys can understand what I mean. It may be an addiction to alcohol, it may be an addiction to marijuana, it may be an addiction to anything that can fall in that category. Okay, and by the way, people have mental health concerns from time to time. A lot of people are having mental health concerns from time to time, but a mental health concern becomes a mental illness where it is ongoing and its signs and symptoms are so frequent. You understand? And they affect your ability to function. You come to a time whereby you feel like you cannot think for yourself, you cannot decide for yourself, you cannot do anything for yourself. That is when you realize that maybe you're getting a mental illness. And the causes of mental illness in general are thought to be caused by a variety of genetic and environmental factors. I hope you guys are understanding me. The first one may be inherited. We have inherited traits whereby mental illness is more common in people whose blood relatives also have a mental illness, whereby maybe someone in the family had that problem and it carries on to other people. And certain genes may increase your risk of developing a mental illness. And when I talk about genes, I hope you guys understand what I mean by genes. Okay, and your life situation may trigger it, when you have some factors like maybe your genes, maybe some of your family members had this, the other factors may just trigger it, just like someone may have a gun and there are, how do we call masasi in English? Bullets. Yeah, someone may be having a gun with bullets, but if at all that gun is placed there without anything that is interfering with it, it will not shoot to anyone. But the moment you get it and you trigger it, okunyiga n'okasuka bagamba kasuka oba kikompola, the time you get it n'onyiga, of course ejja kuba ekola ki? Esabula omuntu. Munjogera ennaku zino. So when I say that some of the causes of mental illness are inherited traits, temwewuunya. Abamu batabuka emitwe nga mu famire yaabwe mwalimuko omuntu eyatabuka emitwe, oba nga abantu ba famire yaabwe batera okutabuka emitwe. It may be because of environmental exposures before birth, and exposure to environmental stressors, inflammatory conditions. It can be toxins, alcohol and drugs while in the womb. And sometimes it can be linked to mental illness. And this is therefore a great warning to my fellow women. If you know you are pregnant, or if at all you expect to get pregnant one day and give birth to a baby, please take note, be careful of the things that you do and all what you eat and so on. Because most of the time, these things that you do carry on to the babies in the womb. If you take a lot of alcohol while you are pregnant, just know it may carry on to your child after birth. So don't take issues of mental health or mental illness as something to joke with. I know most people are reluctant, they don't mind about this topic of mental illness, but many people lose lives in this. We have people that have become useless in society because of mental illness, whereby people don't want to take time and think about it. They don't want to address it. We're in a situation whereby COVID-19 pandemic has become a threat to each and everyone. People are stressed. People have a lot of problems to do with them. They have no one to help. They have nowhere to go to. And in the end of it all, the environment exposes them to mental illness. The other one may be brain chemistry, whereby the neurotransmitters are naturally occurring brain chemicals that carry signals to other parts of your brain and the body system. And when the neurotransmitters or the neural networks involving these chemicals are impaired, okay, the function of nerve receptors and nerve systems change, leading to depression and other emotional disorders, okay? So, a mental illness can make you miserable and cause problems in your daily life. It can be at school, it can be at work, it can be in homes, in marriages, in relationships, and so on. I may give an example of the people that are working abroad, especially the maids in people's houses, especially in Arab countries. People just wake up one day and they be informed that their relative or their girl or a boy that had gone to work ran mad. These are all associated with mental health and outcomes from mental illness. And how can you tell you have mental illness? This comes by getting to know that you're experiencing some of the signs and symptoms of mental illness. And this can be feeling sad or feeling down. You be in a state whereby you're not happy. You feel like you have something that is not going on well in your life. You don't know what really happened, but you just feel like you cannot carry on anything. You feel like I don't know how much I can say this, but I hope any one of us has ever experienced this, because what I know, most people go through this, but not all of them will come out and say I had this and that. Another sign and symptom of mental health can be a confused thinking or reduced ability to concentrate. You do this, you feel like you are not capable. You want to do this, you get like, I don't know, you're confused about each and everything. You don't know what you want to do, you don't know what you're doing. kwegamba n'obeerawo ng'owulira omutwe gukwetooloola ng'owulira ng'alina akazoole. That is mental illness. Okay, and the other one is excessive fears or worries or extreme feelings of guilt. N'obeerawo ng'olinga eyeesalira omusango, n'obeerawo ng'omutima gukukyemukirira, n'obeerawo nga kwegamba nga buli kimu tokitegeera. That is also a symptom of mental illness. Then the other one is extreme mood changes of highs and lows. Newejjako waya wekka, neweekulakulako waya ate nokkakana ate noddamu neweekulako waya nga tomanyi kiki ekikuliko. It may be mental illness. Okay? Then the other one can be withdrawal from friends and activities. You feel like you hate your friends, you feel like your friends are the bad people around you, you feel like you're tired of each and everything. Some people even stop going for work, they stay at home. Others get wrangles with each and everyone around them out of the blue, when like no one has a big problem with you, but you just wake up one day notandika okwejjako wekka. It may be mental illness. So I just want to tell you that every time you have people, maybe they may be your friends or your close relatives or even your loved one, a lover, I'm talking about in a relationship, a lover. You see them with such signs and symptoms. Don't rush to judge them. Some people are like that, they are acting that way because they are mentally ill. But you may not tell that someone is mentally ill. Gwolaba muntu kwekulako wayo, balaba muntu tategerekeka, kumbe bambi alina ekimutawaanya mu bwongo. Okay? Then the other one can be significant tiredness, low energy or problems with sleeping. You feel as if you have worked so much, you feel as if you are tired, you cannot sleep, you feel like you stay up the whole night, you try to sleep, you force yourself into sleep, you cannot sleep, you are all worried. And remember, I talked about some of these things in my topic of how to fight depression and stress with anxiety. Remember, they move hand in hand. Okay? When the stages of stress and anxiety go high, they may become mental illness. Okay? Then the other one is, it may be detachment from reality. I can say delusions or paranoia. Okay? Or hallucinations. All these ones are symptoms of mental health. The other one can be inability to cope with daily problems or stress. Nga tomanyi na kyakola, ebizibu byakusukako oli awo, wagwa n'akazoole, tomanyi kiddako okwegamba. Mental illness is such a great concern that we have to address and think about. Whenever you see someone that has a problem or has symptoms like this, please try to help them in any kind of way that you can. We have lost a lot of lives because of this. We have lost many people. Just of recent, someone committed suicide, this great TikToker, Samuel Gaikwad, that Indian. He committed suicide, and it must have been because of mental health. We had the story of Moses Radio. Our man, that guy, he used to sing for us like nothing. And I was told that by the time he was beaten up, he had some stress around him. He felt like people hate him because of the saga that happened at Semanga's. That night when Semanga was brought into his home. How is it? I don't know how it is called in English, but that night whereby I think Radio gotten the laptop for someone and threw it in the swimming pool, and people started judging him. Everywhere he was, people were just judging him here and there, and he felt like he's tired of everything. And just know sometimes there are situations that can force you to get fed up of everything. Kwegamba omutima ne gukalubanga gwe toyagala kumanya kiki kyonna, toyagala kumanya anything that happens, owulira wakoowa weekyawa. That is mental illness. Ogamba nze oba munzita oba munkube. Something is running on your mind. That is mental illness. Okay? Then the other one can be problems with alcohol. Okay, it can be problems with alcohol, drug abuse. Okay, all those ones are symptoms, signs and symptoms of mental illness. Kwegamba nobeerawo nga bw'oba nga tonywedde ku mwenge towulira bulamu, owulira nga ebirowoozo bikutta, owulira oyagala nnyo okukenga obulamu bulyoke butambule. Those are also symptoms of mental illness. Then the other one can be major changes in eating habits. Some tend to eat too much and others tend not to eat at all. They feel like they don't want to eat anything. They feel like they don't have any appetite for anything. That is also a symptom of mental illness. Then the other one can be excessive anger, okay? Hostility or violence. I have explained that in the previous point. Some people get mad. I may talk about marriages. I may give an example of marriage. You have someone that you're married to, but every time they come back at home, nothing good they can do other than kicking off the saucepans. They beat their children. He shouts at you. Instead of asking for food, he'll just come and bang everything in the kitchen. Mental illness is disturbing them, so don't be surprised. Okay, they become violent in a way that they can even kill. Okay, then the other one may be suicidal thinking. I have just talked about the guy that committed suicide, and not only that one, many people have committed suicide because of stress and so on, mental illness. Abeerawo nga tamanyi kyazzaako, talina agenda muyamba, talina gw'anaayogera naye. Ate olumu abantu baffe beesuulirayo gw'anaagamba. Your relative or your best friend comes to you and they tell you their problems that they are going through. And for you, the best thing that you could do is kukudaala, tosobola kumuyamba. At least if you cannot help them materialistically, that they need money, you talk to them. Find ways of talking to them. You cool them down. You tell them that there is hope. Try to mend their hearts. Instead of you waiting for them to do things that I cannot say that they are in sin, but I don't even know what I can say. Remember, better late than never. When the symptoms go high, it will become, I don't know. So every time you see someone with suicidal thinking, they say, for me, I'll kill myself, I'll do this. Don't take them jokingly. Abamu mutuuka n'okubagamba nti tukugulira akaguwa. Kyokka ng'omuntu ensonga gy'aliko olumu, abantu abo abatera okwetta oba okwewa obutwa oba anything like that, baba bakyogerako most of the time, agamba, nze nja kwefiira. Gwe n'obiyita ebyokusaaga, and after these people losing their lives, you go on and start crying, saying, I wish I knew. So if at all you have someone and you really love them and you don't want to miss them, don't joke with what they say, especially when they have problems around them. Help them in any kind of way that you can. In this world, we are here to help people. We are here to live a happy life. After all, life is too short. Today I'm here, tomorrow I'm not. That's why for me I always say that if at all someone needs help from me and I can really render that help, I'll do that. Nze saagala kulumya muntu. Ng'ogyeko bino nti man, woman and so on mubimanyi. Awo woneepimira. Naye bino mboze gye ndi, olina ky'oyagala obuyambi ombuuzaako kino oba kino, olina ekizibu weetaaga advice, I'll always do that because I know we have a life to live and life is too short. Saagala ate nejjuse ngambe kale bambi yaŋŋamba, kale singa bambi namuyambako ne munnyonnyola kino, oba kale singa nakola bwenti ne bwenti, osanga yalibaddewo. You get me, my beautiful people. So take mental illness as something serious. Temuzanyisa mental illness. Abantu bafa, abantu betta, abantu bagwa eddalu, abantu beekola ekibi kyamu, abantu bagwa obuzoole because of these things. Ate wetutuuka ku bino ebyabakyayiddwa ebya relationships, tebituttidde bantu woowe. ebyokubulwa emirimu tebituttidde bantu woowe. So bw'obeerayo n'omuntu wo ng'olaba alina kyayitamu nga kyekuusa ku bino ebintu temukitwala ng'ekyokusaaga. Tuli mu mbeera whereby abantu tebalina mirimu, abantu tebalina kyakulya, tebalina kyakunywa, omuntu anoonya n'olugoye lwayambala nga talulina, abaana be beetaaga okusoma, amasomero agamu gazeemu, there is no school fees, and the best thing that you can do for them is kukudaala. Bw'oba tosobola muyamba na ssente wakiri muwe ku magezi, muwabule yogerako naye, muzeemu amaanyi, mulage nti there is hope. Tomukudaalira ate okuba obukulu omusekerere ng'aze gy'oli ng'alina ekizibu. Muyambe mu ngeri yonna gy'osobola. NAC, today we are here, tomorrow we are not. Abamu tuli bazadde, okay? Abamu tuli bazadde tulina abaana, nze simanyi alinyambira mwana wange, simumanyi. Simumanyi. That's why each and every day I wake up nesaba Katonda nengamba Mukama nkolera kyonna ky'osobola ku lw'omwana wange. Because you don't know tomorrow. You don't know tomorrow. Munsonyiwe banaye we mba njogedde nnyo oba njogera bingi, but mental illness should be taken as something serious. Just of recent I saw Hassan Nduga on Facebook ng'atabusa omutwali mu kasasiro, and when I went through the comments, people were judging him, they were talking all evil things about him. But you guys, mental illness is a serious concern. Maybe mulinda lunaku lwekirikwata ku muntu wammwe mulyoke mutegere nti kiri serious. Omuntu n'agera ku makya n'agwa eddalu, mwene muli biyita kwekoza, wali yali agadde okeera ku makya agenda atuule mu kasasiro. Kasasiro, otuule oli ebintu by'omu kasasiro ng'ofaako ennyo. Abantu bali bubi, abantu bagwa eddalu. Remember, the country is locked down, especially my Uganda where I come from. Everything is worse. Buli omu akaaba. Abantu babulwa n'ekyokulya. Gwe bw'oba tobulwangako kyakulya, muganda wange tozanyisa mbeera. Embeera ekalubye, embeera ekaaye, abantu beekyaye, batuuka n'okwekumako omuliro. Recently I saw a video of a family, man, the woman and the kid. I think she was around 10 years. 9 to 10. Nga bali mu kutambula bwereere. They had no clothes on their bodies. Omuntu watuukira okola ekintu ng'ekyo olowooza aba musanyufu? Abantu bali mu kulwanagana n'ebintu ku mitwe gyabwe, abantu bali mu kulwanagana n'ebizibu mu bwongo bwabwe. You try to help people in any kind of way that you can. Don't take these things for granted. Today it is on someone that you don't know. Another day it will be on your relative or you yourself, because you don't know tomorrow. Sikolima naye mbabuulira ekituufu. So, some symptoms appear as physical problems, such as stomach pain, it can be headache, it can be back pain, nogamba mpulira omugongo gwange gukutuse simanyi oba ki. Bino byonna they are symptoms of mental illness. And just as I told you that there is a lot to talk about when it comes to mental illness, waliyo ne kye tuyita risk factors. They are what we call the risk factors, and certain factors may increase your risk of developing a mental illness. The first one can include a history of mental illness in a blood relative, such as a parent or a sibling. I talked about that nengamba nti mu kika kyammwe oba mu famire yammwe waba waliyo abagwa ku ddalu, naawe olumu buno obuzibuzibu obugwawo busobola okutrigalinga kiri eddalu ne likweyongera. Then another risk factor can be stressful life situations, such as financial problems, a loved one's death, a breakup or a divorce. I talked about that. Those are some of the certain factors that may increase the risk of mental illness or developing a mental illness. Another one can be an ongoing chronic or medical condition such as diabetes, AIDS, abamusirimu abatabula emitwe oba sukaali oba pressure, anything. Nakyo kisobola okwongera risks ez'okufuna mental illness. It can be a brain damage such as a serious injury or a traumatic brain injury. Okay? Ebyo byonna bisobola okuviirako obusambatuko bwa mental illness. It can be traumatic experiences such as military combat or an assault. Mwali mulabyeko abantu nga batrainingako ku magye naye ng'obwongo bwabwe tebukyali nga bwe bwali. Ezo bombs exploding and so many of that can increase the risks of mental illness. Then the other one can be use of alcohol or recreational drugs. I talked about that. Omuntu n'ayitiriza omwenge, omuntu n'ayitiriza enjaga kwegamba n'ava mu kubeera mu lujjuuju n'afuuka ekitagasa. Obwongo ne bujjako akazoole. The other one can be a childhood history of abuse or neglect. N'obeerawo okwegamba ne bakugamba go mu buto wayisibwa bubi, maama wo baakusuula ku kasasiro, kwegamba n'obeerawo nga buli kimu kikuluma n'ogamba lwaki nze, lwaki ensi empisa bweti, lwaki baana bangi bagudde eddalu because of being neglected by their parents. Buli omu yali yagadde akule ne maama we ne taata we. Era obeereeyo ng'oli muzadde, naddala abasajja muyambe ku bakazi bammwe. Temukola gwa kuzaala buzaazi muleke awo abaana. Mugyaleka ebitagasa mu nsi. Abaana batuuka ne beekyawa ne bagwa eddalu, abamu ne beewa n'obutwa because of your behaviors. Mutuyambe. Then the other one can be a previous mental illness. Obanga wabadde recently nga watabuka omutwe. Abantu abagwako eddalu batera ogamba mbu omwezi gwe yagwiramu eddalu we gutuuka mbu litera okuddamu. Bye simanyi oba bituufu, but they always told us in geography classes nti you cannot separate science from tradition. They bitambulira hand in hand. So, siwakanya nnyo bintu bya tradition, however much science is there. Webagamba nti myezi wegituuka bagwa eddalu, ate wano we batugamba nti a previous mental illness can increase the risks of another mental illness. Siwakana. Okay? Then the other one can be a few friends or a few healthy relationships. Nga toyina akwagala gwomanyi oliwo mu nsi. Toyina mukwano. Bw'oba mukazi ebyabasajja byagaana, bw'oba muvubuka buli muwala gw'ofuna yagenda oba buli mukazi gw'ofuna yagenda, abamu bibaviirako okutabuka emitwe. Mental illness is a leading cause of disability, and if untreated, it can cause severe emotional, it can cause severe behavior and physical health problems. And some of the complications of it is unhappiness and decreased enjoyment of life. When you get a mental health, happiness will go and you will not enjoy the life. The family conflicts can also be a complication of mental illness. Relationship difficulties. Social isolation. Abantu baba tebakyakwetaaga. Problems with tobacco, alcohol and other drugs, missed work or school or other problems related to work or school, legal and financial problems, poverty and homelessness, self-harm and harm to others, including suicide or homicide. Okay? It can lead to weakened immune system, so your body has a hard time resisting infections. Okay? You come to a situation whereby your body can no longer resist infections. It can lead to heart diseases, high blood pressure and other medical conditions. Nobeera ng'omutima gukuluma oba nga n'obifuna bi pressure, kwegamba complications nyingi nnyo eziva mu mental illness. Either way, there is no sure way to prevent mental illness. Tebakulimba. There is no sure way. Tewaliwo ngeri ntuufu esobola kuwonya mental illness. So, lastly, I would like to talk about how we can prevent mental illness. But I want to tell you that there is no sure way to prevent mental illness. And however, if you have a mental illness, taking steps to control stress, to increase resilience and to boost low self-esteem may help you keep symptoms under control. How can you do this? Do the things that make you happy. You pay attention to warnings and signs. I have talked about some of the signs of mental illness. You take a step and pay attention to them. Bw'olaba nga obubonero obuviirako omuntu okufuna enkyankalana mu bwongo oba bw'olaba nga obubonero obusobola okuviirako mental illness butandise, you pay attention to the signs. bw'oba osobola genda olaba omusawo. Waliwo abasawo abasobola okukola ku ebyo. Tulina aba counselors. Bw'oba osobola okwaffordinga kansala genda olabe kansala. Bw'oba tokisobola funayo omuntu ogwo weesiga oba nga mukwano gw'omubuulira omugambe munaaye Tasha. Nina ekizibu bwe kiti ne bwe kiti naye nsaba kumpa ku magezi binsobedde simanyi kyakola. Okay? Abantu ab'emitima emirungi, abantu nga Mukama yabawa olulimi olwogera n'omuntu ne lumukakanya ku bizibu by'alina, bajja kwogera naawe otereere okakane. Okay, then the other one is that consider involving family members or friends. I have talked about it already. Don't go ahead and tell your problems to each and everyone, because not each and every person will feel sorry for you, but you choose those people that you think that will be of use to you, the people that will stand in with you and the people that will help you. Okay? Oyina ekizibu kyakakadde kamu ate togenda okinyumize munne atalina mulimu. Funayo omuntu gw'omanyi nti ajja kubuulira ku kyokola. Ayinza okuba kale talina na mulimu naye ng'ajja kuwa ku magezi ngeri ki gy'osobola okukivvuunyuka. Ntegeeza ki mu kino? Find people that will have help to the problem that you have. Si kugenda ng'obuulira ono, obuulira oli, obuulira oli, obuulira oli. Not all people are there to listen to that. Abamu bajja kiwulira wano bagende bakibuulira n'abeewalala. Ate n'olugambo luli bwonna mu nsi nze nali manyi luli waffe yokka. Naye munnaye nabuzaako wano omwana mukwano gwange ne mugamba kati gwe wano in case otuuka ekiseera n'ofumbirwa n'ebigaana n'okomawo wane n'abantu bategeera kubaffe wano tusiiba mu nnyumba. Basobola otegeera. Yangamba Tasha, one person like this can go and tell everyone. Namubuuza okukakasa baba bategeera ebikufaako n'agamba bonna baba bagenda kitegeera. Tolaba nti tusiiba mu nnyumba naye batumanyi. Ne mugamba kyogamba nange bamanyi. Ne bagamba Tasha, abantu. So my dear ones, not everyone that you should tell them your problems. No. No. Some are ghosts that will go ahead and preach your gospel mu ngeri endala. I will not even call them pastors. Then the other one is that consider getting routine medical care or medical checkups. Bw'oba manyi nti otera okutawaanyizibwa ebintu bino oba zino signs zitera okutuukako. You think about okulaba ku musawo, getting medical checkups, bakukebereko balabe. Oyimiridde otya, kiri kitya. Okay? You get help when you need it. Tofiira mu bizibu wekka, obeere mu buliri okaabe, odde n'okolime, ogambe bannaaye nzeeyo, baana baakiye bannaaye. If you feel like you need help, you go ahead and ask for help. Nze munnaaye nze wembeera n'ebizibu era nze ewaka bammanyi. Nze maama wange ammanyi, baganda bange bammanyi, taata wange ammanyi. They always say, Tasha, Tasha ekirungi kyayogera. Kasita abeera n'ekizibu ayogera. Even here my boss knows that. Nze sifaana bizibu kuba nze neemanyi omutwe gwange. Nze kasita mbeera ku kintu ennyo mpulira nga pressure zinkuba. So me, whenever I need help, I'll look for that help. When I need help, I'll try to find ways of finding that help. Sifaana bintu zeka nze sirina geetuga munnaaye kuleetera abafamile zange bizibu. Remember they told us that wewabaawo owafamile yakola ku kintu bwe kityo olumu era kiddira mu balala. Okitegeera. Sirina galeeta mikyeno mu family yange. Okay? Tulina olekawo ligase. Nze ne wendiba naffe emyaka 10. Saagala kintu kyenkoze mwaka nga guno oba ogujja. Ate kitawaanya abalijja. No. Tulina olekawo ligase nga nnungi. Leka omukululo nga mulungi. Abantu bakunyumyeko nga byali birungi. So si bibi. Batuuke n'ogamba nti Tasha yali anywa enjaga. No. If you really need help, go ahead and ask for it. And do it to the right person, not everyone. Ogende okukyalo buli wamu obulira ono n'oli nedda mukwano. Bw'oba olina abooluganda bo, sit with them, tell them about how you feel. Bw'oba olina omwagalwawo nga mmwe mukikwasaganya mwenna nga omwesiga naye akwesiga, tuula wansi omubuulire, tofa wekka na bulumi. tofa wekka na bulumi. Era mu ngeri enjawulo njagala video yange eno anaaba asobodde ogiraba okutuuka wano kuba ebadde mpanvumuko. In case you have a problem and you want to talk to someone, I'm not a counselor, professional yange si a counselor, but I am a talented counselor. Saagala kwewaana naye. I have talked to many friends of mine when they are going through something. Nenjogera nabo ne baterera. If you have a problem, find ways of reaching me and talk to me. Maybe I can advise you. Mukama ayinza okuyamba munnaye. Obulamu ne bukyuka. Okay? But don't come to me with problems of asking for money. I don't have money nange siina. Naye webubanga buzibu bwa magezi nga weebuuza ku magezi. Gena abaninako ky'onaaba weetaaga. Nja kubulya nkugambe muganda wange. Do this and this. My Facebook channel is Tasha Jacinta. Okay? Just the way I write my name on this YouTube channel, Jacinta. Spelling obeera ogiraba. Bw'onoonya ku Facebook, Tasha Jacinta. Era oba ojja kunfuna. You inbox me in Messenger. I can help you. Tusobola okwogera. Nenkuwa ku magezi. Okay? Naawe oba olina ag'okumpa n'ompaako munnaye. You never know. Okuyiga ate okukoma. Ate teri, no man is an island. Then the other one is take good care of yourself. I always tell my friends, abamu bafuula relationship nti bwe bulamu bwabwe. Bw'afuna okukyankalana ne girlfriend we ayagala afiirewo. Bw'afuna okukyankalana ne boyfriend we ayagala afiirewo. You take care of yourself. You have a life to live. Todira bulamu bw'atyo olowooze nti ogenda bukwasa muntu mulala. Era bw'onoofa ne bazika bagenda kuzika wekka. You take good care of yourself. You take your life as something so important. Kulembeza obulamu bwo, sanyisa omutima gwo. Ky'owulira nga kikumalako emirembe kite. You try to kiss some things goodbye. If at all you see that something is not making you happy, drop it. Drop it. There is a life to live. For me, I'm tired of hearing people committing suicide. If you feel like something is stressing you, you leave it. If it is a relationship, you can try another person. Abantu abalungi tebagwayo mu nsi. Abantu ab'emitima emirungi tebagwayo. However much someone has disappointed you, you still have a chance of getting someone that is better. Nice people still exist, my dear ones. Don't commit suicide. Don't lose your life in this stupidity. Oba akukyaye, oba akuleseewo, oba mikwano gikuvumye, oba bakugambye tolina ky'osobola, oba bakugamba tolina ky'olibeera, oba bakugamba tolina lugendo. Mukwano, teri yakutonda aliwa? Waggulu eri. Wali omutamivu eyagambanga nti eyamumbanja se. Omuntu waba ye yakubumba akukoonooya tike. Naye teri yakubumba. Katonda ye yakuteekawo. So mu buli mbeera gy'oyitamu, there is a life to live. Teweetuga, tewetta, tewemalaako mirembe. Tewemalaako mirembe muganda wange. There is a life to live. Okay? Olwaleero biyinza okuba nga bibi. Enkya n'ebitereera. Olwaleero ayinza okuba nga yagenze. Enkya n'ofuna omulala. Okay? Omulimu guyinza okuba nga guweddewo. Bw'oba tonnafa teweevuma nsi. Teweevuma nsi. Tulabye bangi abakadde ne bafumbirwa ku myaka emikadde. Tulabye bangi nga bakuze tebalina maka ne bazimba ku myaka emikadde. Tulabye bangi nga tebaasoma ne bafuna emirimu, Mukama n'abagaggawaza, oli ng'atunda mudaala naye n'ayimuka. Okiwulira? Tulabye bangi nga tebalina bwe bali nga n'abazadde baabwe baabeegaana. N'akula n'afuuka omuntu. So I don't know what kind of situations that you're going through, but I just want to tell you that there is hope. In each and every situation that you're going through, there is hope. Tewetta, togwa ddalu, togwa kazoole, togaana kulya. In each and every situation that you're going through, eat. Okay? You make sure you take good care of yourself, you eat healthy, you get sufficient sleep. weebake funamu otulo weebake okwebaka nako kulungi eri obulamu naabako wali obeeraawo n'owulira nga bikutuddemu nga naagana abato gayina naabako weeyiira amazzi obulamu budde engulu okay try out things that make you happy sanyuka weesanyuse ebisanyusa obulamu bingi you can just wake up even n'ofuna simyo n'atandika okwekuba ebifaananyi just bifaananyi n'otunula ku bifaananyi byo n'osimairi nga n'olaba ng'obulamu buzzi okay you do crazy things that make you happy kwata esimyo we recording ng'ozina amazina kuba amazina okay genda obuka akaguwa bw'oba oli free okutambulamu fulumamu wabweru otambulemu listen to music. There are many things that can help you go about this. You go and visit your loved ones. Genda olaba abantu abakola ki b'oyagala. Fumba, bw'oba olina ky'oyagala okulya kifumbe, you change your meals. Kyusa mu kisenge ekyo, kyusa obuliri bwo bwe bubadde buggyeewo obuteekeko ewalala. Buntu obutinitini bwe busobola okutuyamba ku kino ekintu tewaliyo nti ngeri yiino oba eri eno nti it is a sure way of preventing mental illness. Teriyo. Just olina akola buntu butinitini obwo bwe butyo ne bukola ki ne bukukakkanya emmeeme. So, I think for today I can end there, and it has been somehow a long video, but I thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel, and those ones that haven't yet subscribed, I really call upon you. Please subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Musubwa bingi kubanga musubwa waliyo ne bu video bwange bwe nasookerako obwo obukadde mugendeyo mu bulabe bulungi tosobola kubula kyofunamu naye nga mu byonna mwesanyuse mutwale obulamu bwammwe nga kintu kikulu. Kola kyonna ky'osobola okulaba ng'obulamu bwo busanyuka. Bw'oba olina abaana sanyusa abaana bo. Bw'oba olina omukyala oba omwami sanyusa omwagalwa wo. Bw'oba olina abazadde bw'obasanyusa, because this life is too short and you only live once. So akakisa k'olina mu nsi kakozesa okwesanyusa. Leero oli enkya toliiwo. So that's all I had for you. That's what I had, and I really call upon you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Tasha Jacinta Exclusive. Turn on the notification bell so that you can receive all the notifications of the videos that I'll be uploading soon or later. Okay? Love yourself. Be proud of who you are. Togamba muze ndi mubimbo nze nakula bubi ate nze ndi bwenti ate era nze kino. You be proud of who you are. Oba wasoma oba tewasoma, sanyukira ekyo ky'oli Mukama kyakuwadde okutuusa akaseera kano k'olimu. Sanyukira mu Mukama. You be proud of who you are. Mu mbeera yonna gy'olimu, beera musanyufu, teweemalaako mirembe, wakyaliyo essuubi teggwaawo as long as omuntu mulamu. Nga tonnafa teweevuma nsi. Mukama akyusa embeera out of the blue. Keep on trying on this and that opportunity. Togamba nti nze ebyange byakoma buli kyenkwatako kye kyonooneka. Tokowa kugezaako. Buli ekijja gezaako kino ne kiri. Luliba lumu olimbuulira. Mbaagala nnyo. May God stay with you. Stay blessed, and please let's stay connected. Bye bye.